Hello, this is to whomever come across this little video here and is struggling in Nightmare and doesn't have the GP to have full Inquisitor. I'm here to tell you that you don't need full Inquisitor. The Inquisitor is a nice thing to have, but overall it is absolutely doable. So, what we're gonna do is, if you're just starting off, I recommend to use the Blood Fury. It does help with healing and can save you from using your resources throughout the fight. I like to keep my anglers until like the last phase or so because I tend to make more mistakes just because you know you're the home stretch. You kind of just flank a little bit, but yeah, so you can bring thralls, although you don't need it, but if you do, bring 3 restores. Um, you do use 6 prayer points every cast, so I would recommend using that. I would bring a Sandview in case, just to keep your restores in check or in balance. You might want to have like a sip of Sandview just to, you know, make sure you don't run out of prayer resource. Um, and then I'll bring one of these little Realisms Balm. I think that's how you pronounce it. Um, I'll use this the majority of the fight. It doesn't cost anything and saves you from using a lot of GP. But usually I use this. I usually use like 3 sips or so every fight. Um, I do use the blowpipe. I like it. I got used to the blowpipe. The crossbow, I think that's what it's called. Um, it's good as well, but I you can use that. But blowpipe's fine. Bring the ham and the other mole. It's very necessary to one hit the husk and the parasite. So you're gonna want that. Make sure that you use piety and you're potted in order to hit those one hits on those husks and those parasites. And Sun Mage for the pillars or totems, and that's pretty much it. And if you have the teleport, the if you get the if well, I assume you wouldn't if you're watching this guide because you're trying to learn. But if you do end up getting the tablet for the teleport, obviously bring it because you can just tell it right away. If not, just run there and fill this spot with an angler. And the granite maul with the handle or the extension thing on there. It's it's a good spec. Usually takes about 20 damage starting off the fight with full specs. So that's good. It's better than claws for sure. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much the gear. And let's head over to the nightmare. So I am using a scythe, but I mean if you're really on a budget, just use the bludgeon. I think it works. It's just it would take a lot longer. I think you would need more resources like prayer, but this is basically just a guide of how to deal with bandos or to show that it's doable. Like this is not really like a complete budget guide. It's just more or less of um like I said, not having an Inquisitor. So, pot, spec, okay, and send it. This technique here is more advanced. Like, you might not want to be doing this, but this is basically a technique used to easily avoid those shadows and not lose any time or DPS. Just dash. Make sure you're when it's doing the dash. Just that's why I have the squares on my character and the nightmare. So if you're like outside the square of its direction, then you won't get hit. Just nice little indicators. Here we'll use the thrall. Mage is the best. I fucked up there. But use that. Don't forget your parasite. One shot it. Here I'm just trying to rely on my Sang to heal me. That's why I'm not eating. I try to let the Sang and the Fury to heal me as much as possible before having any angler. So that's phase 1. Same thing. You could spec here with 50, but I like to spec in full. So I'd wait till like third phase to spec. So here you just want to walk it out. Save some prayer points. It's just all about timing. It was hard at first, but you'll get it. Okay. Totems. Well, I don't usually pray augury because I like saving my prayer points. But you could. And the heart doesn't do anything, so as far as I'm concerned, which I'm pretty sure. Okay, pray piety, be potted, and one shot them. Save prayer points. Here, I stand here in the corner because you see how it like, if you stand here, you can save spot it. So, you can avoid the melee attacks. Walking between these, be one tile away from the little egg thing. I fucked up there. So here I probably would eat because it's a little too low. Or not probably, definitely. Like you definitely you don't wanna be like 40 HP starting a phase. Like 60 is good. Like you could still get one shotted, but you could still not, so like see, I already healed a little bit because of the blood fury. Oh, and if you are using a Scythe, be on jab. You want to be on crush. Obviously, this bitch is weak to crush. Switch prayers. You should know this part. Okay, maybe I can safe spot it. Nope. See, I'm outside the square. If I was inside the square, I could get hit. I'll use a throw. Parasite right here. One shot. Oh, I'm not potted. See? I want to pot. That's what I want to do. So here, like, you kind of just like want to run like a little away from where you were standing, because the more you run away from the tower you were standing at, like the less black circles there will be. It's like just like the general area where you're standing is where the most circles. So just step away like quite a few tiles. I do recommend to highlight the Nightmare in white. You can see them quite nicely. Like white just stands out. I tried red, I tried blue, I tried purple. Like white is just the best one. You could literally see them so well. So this phase, obviously, every time, if it does the same attack, it'll turn off the prayer you were praying. Like if it does mage and then does mage again, it'll turn off the prayer mage. So you gotta like turn it on before it hits you. If it does mage but then it does range, then it won't. But obviously you gotta switch it to range. See? This is definitely not like in-depth guide by any means. I'm just showing that bandos is not bad in comparison to Inquisitor. Like I neglected from doing Nightmare because I did have Inquisitor. I started with Inquisitor, but then I had to sell my gear for other stuff, and I just like did not want to come here because I thought it would be AIDS doing Nightmare without Inquisitor. But then I give it a shot, and I'm like, oh well, I mean, this is really not that bad. It only takes a little longer, but it's not like terribly long. I think I tanked there. I keep forgetting throws. Like you will forget them sometimes. Trying to get hit by the balls. Little spores. Oh. Oh, I did that. It's not over yet. So here, you gotta be careful because obviously, if you kill the totems and the sleepwalkers come out, and those husks come out last minute, it kind of fucks you. So yeah, I was a little slow there, but it's alright. And there you go. There you go. That's it. That's the bandos fight. So with Inquisitor, I would do it 7 to 8 minutes. No, 8 to 9 minutes. I meant. I never done 7. I wish I have. And with bandos, I did 10. So not that big of a difference. Um, that's only I only have this much KC, so it's really not a lot. I'm still fairly new-ish. And last scale, I got the my second parasitic egg, so that's pretty cool, right? Look at that, damn. So yeah, so that's it. Hope this guide helps. Adios.